Hello and welcome. And what a opening to IPL 2025. The defending champions were literally, it was a one sided match, I would say, at the Eden Gardens where RCB won by 7 wickets, a fantastic 50 from Virat Kohli, and overall a great overall performance from the team. Uh, RCB won the toss and chose to field, and I think that's what they like to chase with Virat Kohli in the team. Bharat Ramraj joins us from outside the RCB cafe, and Tisha Ghoshal wearing the RCB jersey. Quite happy today. Quite happy today. But Bharat, to go to you first, how was the mood in the RCB cafe, and how was the celebration? And what are your first thoughts on the match?
Actually, as I sent some videos, they were quite calm for a reasonable amount of time. They were quite calm, but as soon as RCB won the match, when I was setting up this tripod, I suddenly could hear a loud cheer, loud roar. So that is basically what it is. But even while I was coming in the taxi, the Ola driver, he was asking about the score. He was asking about who is currently batting. Obviously, RCB fans are very much happy here. Even the small kids, when I was just before the match, when there was a live show, when the small kids were coming towards me in that park and asking me what will happen in this match and all that. So yeah, it is great for RCB that they have started on a great note today. That they have beaten the KKR, the defending champions, and hopefully they will continue from this because the problem for RCB in the past has been they have tended to start on a bad note, then they tend to pick up from there and win a slew of matches. So from that perspective, it is good that they started on a nice note.
Yes, absolutely. It has been a great start, but uh, they would hope that they continue this momentum. Chishadi, first thoughts on the win? Great start. How did you see the performance, and what are the key takeaways that you would take from this match?
I think one of the key moments of the match, actually, or rather the difference, if you see between the two teams, because after the ninth over, both the teams were 96 for one.
Yes.
Have they lost the second wicket, but here is the thing: when they lost the second wicket of Sunil Narayan in case of KKR, immediately next over, they lost the wicket of Ajinkya Rahane, which cost them because both the sides it was new batter and with the pitch then gripping, it was difficult. But here, Kohli did what Kohli does the best in chases. He remained not out so that even Padikkal did not score a lot of runs, but was an
Mm.
impactful score. When Phil Salt got out, Kohli held one end. It's not like he got stuck, but he held one end. He ensured that he did not give his wicket away, which is something that Ajinkya did, and that was the difference. To be very honest, Rohan, because till the ninth over, it was actually KKR towards whom the match was
Ha.
completely tilted, and I think it was KKR's batting then. The other difference which I saw, I think Bharat can explain on this further, that Bharat, Phil Salt, and Virat Kohli, even Patidar, Devdutt Padikkal, all were trying to hit straight. Unlike KKR batters were trying to go across the line. Bharat, if you can explain this in details, how that helped the RCB batters.
Yes,
Bharat?
Bharat.
Yeah, first, can you again come just for a minute? There is no internet.
Yeah, sure, no worries. Guys, Bharat is outside. That's why there's a bit of a internet issue. He's right
Yeah.
in front of the RCB cafe. Bharat, what I'm saying is the difference I felt between KKR batters and RCB batters is KKR batters wanted to play straighter. They attacked the straight boundaries more, be it Virat Kohli, be it Phil Salt, even Patidar initially. Um, so I wanted you to talk about that. Did you feel the same, or do you think there's a different perspective there?
Uh, About RCB's
Straight,
performance.
straight. RCB batting straight.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously. that is something that they did. Obviously, for part of the second innings, I didn't watch the second innings because I was coming in a taxi
Traveling.
here to to the cafe. That is something that I have to say. But a part of it that I watched here in the and on the TV, the Rajat Patidar is someone who is very good at hitting very much straight on the ground. That is something that he did very well. A lot of lofted shots. He can also hit through covers. But at a ground like Eden Gardens, there was something perhaps that went well as well, considering the dimensions of the ground and how Varun Chakravarti tends to bowl more of stump to stump line. Sunil Narayan also bowls stump to stump line. When you consider that, we would rather look to play lofted shots down the ground. So from that perspective, it was good to see. But I guess RCB's victory was set up by their bowlers, all their bowlers, especially Krunal Pandya, someone who bowled stump to stump line, didn't give much away after that great start from KKR. And then obviously Joe Hazelwood is someone who is very good to hit the deck hard, got a lot of bounce, and he was hitting high up on the bat. So I guess somewhere it has to go, credit has to go to the RCB bowlers because that was definitely one not 174. But yeah, RCB got the tactics right with their batting as well. As I noted in the first live show itself, that finally it comes down to who plays better on the day because in T20 cricket, in an IPL, when 18 teams are playing, there isn't a great deal of difference between these teams. So even if RCB don't look like the strongest side going around in this particular competition, but they still have enough arsenal, enough weapons to win on their day.
The
Absolutely.
visuals that we are playing on the screen are from the pre-match, before the match, and you can see the crowd. It was more
More RCB.
focused on Kohli and RCB. So that's one thing that we generally see at the Eden Gardens during RCB and CSK matches. In the CSK match also, uh, it's more of yellow and MS Dhoni jerseys. But especially coming to you, talking about KKR's batting. Uh, After Quinton de Kock fell, Ajinkya Rahane he played a captain's knock, and then Sunil Narine started a bit slow, but then exerted in the next half of his batting, the 26 balls that he played. And Raghu Vamshi played a small knock, a cameo knock of 30 runs. But the other players did not do well. Venkatesh Iyer, we had high expectations, a huge price tag to his name. How did you see KKR's batting in this match?
Yeah, if you actually see that when Sunil Narayan got out in the 10th over, it was 107 for 1. From there, KKR went to 150 for 6. So in 43 runs, they lost 5 wickets. That is where the
Hmm.
match completely changed on its head. But also, I think I completely agree with Bharat's point on RCB bowlers. Think of how many runs
Yeah,
went in the last 2 overs. I mean, Josh Hazelwood was fantastic. And when he was talking about Krunal Pandya, what I loved about Krunal Pandya was the change of pace. He bowled, his fastest delivery was 103, and
yeah.
then he got it down to 92, 91. So that's 10-kilometer up and down in pace. You are varying it. It's not easy for the bowler, and that is where I think one player, or generally this happens a lot, we forget wicket keepers in these kinds of conditions. I think that Jitesh Sharma, Rohan, we were
Hmm.
discussing in our own WhatsApp group that Jitesh Sharma save of Krunal
That
Pandya's
bouncer, that
Oh,
bouncer.
that was brilliant. The other thing which I thought was brilliant was Quinton de Kock's dismissal. Because
Hmm.
de Kock must have covered half the ball. It must not have been very easy for Jitesh Sharma, but what a take! Brilliant take. Yes, as far as KKR batters is concerned, I did think that in the process of trying to hit across the line, if you see, they kept getting bowled to Krunal Pandya, be it Russell, be it Rinku Singh. Both of them were bowled, and even there was the other guy who got bowled. I'm forgetting. Russell was bowled. Rinku. Oh, Venkatesh Iyer. Venkatesh Iyer was
Venki, yeah.
also
Venki was
bowled.
bold, yeah.
Clearly, they were trying to play across the line in a pitch where the ball was holding up. So I think
Hmm.
a little poor. good from Raghuvanshi, but again,
Yes,
he
camera
got
knock.
out. Yeah, yeah, it was a very, very important knock. But yeah, he got out. He eventually got out trying to play big shots. But I think to continue on Bharat's point, just one more line on Bharat's point. I think the last 2 overs of RCB's bowling innings actually changed the match on its head.
I'll
Yes,
say a
and
point.
yeah,
I'll say a
yeah,
point to KKR's batting. I think they didn't show the batting smarts. That is what I would say. A lot of their batters didn't show the batting smarts. For example, Andy Russell, he was up against Suresh Sharma. That was the time he could have taken a 3-4 risk.
hmm.
Because he's not so good against wrist spin. So he could have taken 2-3 risk, try to get set, try to get his eye in, and then he could have gone after the pace bowlers like Yash Dayal or even Josh Hazlewood for the matter. But uh, none of the KKR's batters showed that batting smarts because he tried to play short against Shoaib Sharma when he only had 2 left. After that, there wouldn't have been any spinner because RCB wouldn't have used Liam Livingstone either. So all their batters, I don't think they showed. Any of them didn't show. I guess the batting smarts right down to one Raghuvanshi or all those guys. None of them really showed the batting smarts. Even Venkatesh Iyer, he could have been there right till the end because they needed one batter, one set batter to be there till the 20th over. Then go for the shot. Someone who can go for the shots in the slog overs. So yeah, I think somewhere they didn't get the execution right. They didn't execute their strategies of their batters. But again, the credit has to go to the RCB bowlers because
Yeah,
they understood what lengths to bowl. If you notice how KKR's bowlers bowled, they bowled too full. They bowled too full. When Chakravarti started by bowling too full, Vaibhav Ararat bowled too full. While RCB's bowlers pulled their lengths back and got the rewards for it.
Also,
absolutely,
I was
absolutely. Yeah,
sorry, just to
yeah.
m- make that point clearer on the last 2 overs. The last 2 overs of KKR's batting innings, KKR scored only 9 runs and lost 2 wickets.
Hmm.
So that completely changes the whole equation. A 20 run there, and suddenly
Yeah,
you're 190.
I was about to tell this because when there were 100 plus in 10 overs, we were all and only I think one wicket was down, and then
Yeah.
suddenly two, three quick wickets, and then the whole equation changed. And restricting below 180 at this Eden Gardens pitch was quite a fantastic job done by the RCB bowlers because the curator Sujanda also told that this pitch was a 200 plus pitch at the Eden Gardens, and restricting below 180 is a great task done by the RCB bowlers. But on that note, a question to both on the captaincy. We have been talking about Ajinkya Rahane's captaincy. Yes, batting wise, he has been fantastic. Uh, Proved today also, but thoughts on the captaincy of Ajinkya Rahane also, Patidar. Trishadi first and then.
I think Patidar, I felt, has this little bit of advantage. I won't directly say, but kind of. See, he's a first-time captain, and things will be
Yeah,
difficult for him. There will be testing times. Today, KKR collapsed. There will be days when the batters will be on song. You will actually see the best of or the worst of Patidar come out on those days. But as far as today, I thought the fact that most of the RCB bowling lineup is actually made up of domestic bowlers, like for
yeah,
example Suresh,
yeah.
Krunal Pandya, Rasid Dar Salam, even Yash Dayal for that
That,
matter.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. That actually helps Rajat, because apart from Hazelwood, he would know all of them very well, and Hazelwood can set his own field. So I think that becomes a little easier for the captain. As far as Ajinkya is concerned, I did not quite understand Ajinkya's move of keeping Sunil Narayan away. Uh, kind of probably, I think because he just had 8 overs of spin, he wanted
yeah,
to keep a spinner behind, but I'm not 100% sure because you needed wickets up front. So
yeah.
I'm not very sure that that part was good, but otherwise, don't know if Ajinkya Rahane could have done much, with the whole captaincy thing today, because it was the target. The problem is when you're chasing and you're seeing 175, and in
Yeah.
2 overs you are 30 odd, you have already set the tone. You're not worried about the rest of the innings. So I think that part actually kind of helped.
So the
Also the point,
60% match was already gone in the Parkway zone.
also the point on
Yeah.
Patidar's captaincy.
Yeah.
Patidar's captaincy, it's fine. See, I think the one thing that you have to give it to RCB, maybe not Rajat Patidar, but at least the RCB camp is after this timeout, they bought Liam Livingstone and made him bowl one more over. Yeah,
Yes.
in the final context, it may not mean anything, but they understood that somewhere in at the back end of the innings, the pitch was at that time at least before the dew came into maybe existence. There was a little bit of grip in the surface, so they got Liam Livingstone to bowl one more over. So that is something that you have to give it to RCB camp. Maybe it came from Andy Flower or someone else during the timeout. As far as Rajat Patidar is concerned, I think we started out nervous. At the toss, it seemed like he was a little nervous when was asked about the impact players in the RCB setup. He basically couldn't remember that, but after that, I think he got slightly better. And obviously, the bowlers backed them up, and obviously there was Virat Kohli as well, who would have definitely backed him up. And when KKR were on top, he would have given his own ideas, his own thoughts, and helped or steered Rajat Patidar towards the right path.
नमन भाई कहाँ से ज्वाइन कर रहे हो तुम ये भी बोल दो एंड ऋषभ जी डू वांट टू आस्क समथिंग टू नमन
I'm joining from a sports bar in Mumbai. I mean, I was hoping the passion that brings in the city, I mean, that I have seen in the city, I would see that in the sports bar today, but it was very dialed down. Most of the people are out there dancing and, I mean, clubbing today. So today, RCB, I mean, I hardly got any followers in Mumbai. I hope that's not the case tomorrow when Mumbai plays Chennai in
इट्स
Chennai.
अ बिग मैच
Yeah, I hope that is not the case. I spoke with the manager here, and he said that if Mumbai is playing, usually people come and watch them play. It's a Sunday night. Hopefully, people may come, but today it's quite quiet.
Yeah, it's expected. I think you have got KKR RCB match. Not much stakes if you are in Mumbai, and you would
Yeah,
still see people watching these matches towards the end of the tournament, where every single
या
match will be affecting the points table. Right now, you're
definitely.
just warming up, and it defines nothing. But Naman, talk to us about Phil Salt's innings. Phil Salt's love with Eden Gardens continues. The love affair is
and,
on.
No,
and
I
he was
mean,
giving it to and he was giving it back to his old team of
Yeah.
letting him go.
no, definitely his love affair with Eden Gardens continues. I mean, he had a rough patch when India was playing England in India. I mean, there was a rough patch in ODIs in the longer format, and I think England might be upset that he didn't make the most of the opportunities that he got during his stay at the crease during ODIs. But yeah, I mean, जो बात I mean कल की है मतलब we need to forget all the past things now, and he did that, and he performed brilliantly today, smashing Varun Chakravarti in his first over for 21 runs. I mean, he just straight up got him to the back foot and smashed Chakravarti. I mean, he was the KKR's main bowler, and Salt took him to the cleaners very efficiently. I think Salt has played Chakravarti in the past 11 balls. I think somewhere around that. That is what the stat I read somewhere, and I think he has a strike rate of had a strike rate of 300. But Varun did get him in the end, but no doubt about that. But by
Today is
that
my
time,
day, Rohan. Today is my.
I
Yeah,
think
everything is
6:30
happening.
came.
Sorry, Naman, for interrupting. Sorry, Naman. What?
Only said a point
No,
on
no.
Phil Salt. I will also adjust a point. I think this format suits him the best because in T20 format he can just come in and go all guns blazing. In ODI cricket, what happens is with a lot of England youngsters, if you remember, they don't play list day matches because basically what happens is they play the 100 during that time. During the time of their 50 over domestic tournament, they end up playing this 100. So these players don't play list day matches, but this format suits someone like Phil Salt the best because he can just come in and go all guns blazing. There's no need for him to calm the strike. And I saw a stat a couple of years ago that most of the matches are basically more or less over at the end of the power play itself. If you have a player who
Hmm.
can come in and go all guns blazing in the power play, there itself you can basically finish the match. So a lot of matches go in that fashion or end in that fashion. And today, Phil Salt again exemplified that particular point. And the power play itself, he basically got more or less a foregone conclusion that RCB would go on to win that game. So it was a very smart pick by RCB
Yeah, I mean,
to get the Phil
come.
Salt in. Obviously, their opponent would be thinking about Phil Salt at some point, maybe at some point of time that captain was thinking he was with us. So yeah, it's great pick for RCB. I think they have the batting lineup to come at the year and score a lot of runs because right down to number 6, number 7, they have the hitters. Maybe they have a good lineup, a better lineup than what many believed that what many believed of RCB. Maybe they will who knows go all the way next time around.
Um, uh,
Exactly,
you
we
know,
do have a lot of comments. Let's take comments.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah, sure,
you
sure.
you
But
were
as I
telling
was
something,
saying, this
please.
is my match because my team has won, and apart from that, I'm so glad that there were two batters from the winning team who scored a 50, but the player of the match was given to Krunal Pandya for his bowling effort. So, yay!
Um, it's a
So let's take a few
magnificent.
comments because there
Yeah.
are a lot of comments in the last 10 minutes of the show.
Bharat,
First one
see,
is to
RCB
Shabik.
fans are going behind you. Catch a few of them for the show.
First
I,
one,
I,
Shabik saying KKR will be the comment tomorrow. Let's catch him tomorrow in the pre-match show.
I will say a few words on it. In that pre-match live show, it was me who told that something on the lines like he told the RCB were holdouts for 49. He told KKR also were holdouts were all out for 84 in the 2020 IPL. On the particular day, you never know who will beat whom, and RCB can come out on top. Because see, again, I repeat, in T20 cricket, especially in the world of IPL, if you look at the 10 teams, even when it was 8 teams, there isn't a huge level of difference between these teams.
Yeah.
Maybe it's small difference between A team to B team. RCB may not be the best team out of the 10, but it's still not a bad side on their day. They can easily go and defeat any of these 9 sides in any condition because in T20 format, obviously, over 120 calories, so even the format is sort of compressed. So even a slightly weaker team can come in and win that match. So it's very difficult to give predictions like one team will crash the other team.
No, but it completely became ulta, na? RCB has literally trashed KKR in their home soil.
You are very happy,
It is a
Nisha. I can see. I can
190,
see.
Yeah,
200
because I
average
don't
score
encourage
pace.
comments like predictions like this that KKR will trash RCB. So now, take it back like that.
Vian Singh, poor decision to send Raghuvanshi at 5. He spoiled the momentum, taking just singles and putting pressure on the batter other end. Uh, Naman, anything to say?
No, I don't think so. That actually happened. Guvanji was doing his bit, and the non-strikers, if I say Venkatesh Iyer, he was doing his bit. To be fair, Venkatesh Iyer has a very poor average when he
Yeah, I
comes
think
out to
Naman
bat
is.
at number 4. Am I audible?
A bit
Hello.
echo is coming from your end.
Yeah, Naman, your internet connection is pretty horrible, I must say. Sorry.
I'm if I'm audible, I'm really sorry, but I think it's the
Yeah, yeah.
bar.
Go
The
on, go on.
fans, there's no fan, so I think there's no net also. Yeah, but jokes apart, I mean, Raghuvanshi didn't do anything wrong. He did his bit. If I go on to
Yeah,
Venkatesh Iyer, who was on the non-strike,
yes.
I think he has a very poor average when he comes out to bat at number 4. He is better at number 5 or top of the order when he comes out. And so I think I don't believe Raghuvanshi did anything wrong. He scored whatever he could, 30 of 22 balls, I believe. And I mean,
Yeah.
he did a 6 of Hazelwood. So I think he was trying to attack the bowlers. It's just that the ball was slow when, I mean, they were giving him the off breaks and all of the leg breaks. And I think bowlers outsmarted the batters today, and RCB bowlers particularly, and that is what KKR will need to work upon.
Okay.
And you know, to add to what Naman just said, okay, in the first game itself, I'm a little worried that people have such bold reactions in the after the first game itself. Quinton de Kock apparently needs to be replaced by Gurbaz right after the first game is a little funny. But the other part is, when it comes to T20 cricket, why are the fans so hell bent on the fact that if you don't have a good strike rate, then you have not done anything for the team. Even if the rest of the batters who are apparently hitters have gone out for 0, 1, 4, 5, they have done better than your 30 of 22. Without that 30 of 22, you would have been 140 and you would have, forget about being
Yes.
defeated. You would have started off with such a negative run rate कि वो रन रेट पॉजिटिव में लाते लाते जिंदगी का एकदम हालत खराब हो जाता. So I think
Yeah.
you have to see that Ankush Raghuvanshi hit two fours back to back. He was batting well, but there was no momentum in the KKR innings because from the other end, people trying to hit big shots were getting out. For example, Venkatesh Iyer, he should have played a longish innings. Towards the end, he could have he could have tried to hit because the
Even
run
Andrew
rate was
Russell.
there. They could have let it, slip a little, have a longish partnership, and then get back.
A bold statement from Tanmay Saha, a bold statement
Drop
from Tanmay
everyone.
Saha, and I was hoping that such comments would come today's post-match live. That is on Venki Iyer. We lost the season next three seasons in option table. Venkat Iyer for 23 for 25 was for KKR. Yes, I knew that some comment on Venki's price tag would come in today's post-match show. And the next day, Venki scores a good 50, 60, 70, and uh,
Then
change.
everyone will be like, this is the reason he got 23.75. He is the hero.
So it's just the first match, and I don't think that would be harsh on the player. And it happened. Mumbai lost five matches and won the championship. So on. So not that Chandrakant ego बहुत बड़ी बात है.
ये
चंद्रकांत
कौन
ego
सा
बहुत
ईगो है?
ठीक है.
One second. Who is this?
भाई नमन
Nothing is
चुप
happening.
हो
You're
जाओ.
in
There is
Bharat.
lot going on here. Yes. Sorry
There
to
is an
interrupt.
RCB fan. There is an RCB fan. Hi guys. Ask RCB fans to join in. Bharat, where are you going? Ask them to join in.
भारत चले गए पाली. KKR bought the wrong Iyer.
But then the other Iyer would have been way more expensive. इतना तो पैसा ही नहीं दे पाते भाई.
And I don't think he was inclined to go back to KKR.
हाँ. Priyanshu says hi Trishadi.
Hello.
Trishaji, you're supporting a blue and red jersey again. I hope this time they finish it off.
Sorry?
I'm saying that you are supporting a blue and red jersey again. I hope they cross the line this
I
time.
have supported RCB for the last 18 years.
No, I'm talking about Delhi
It's
Capitals with
fine.
Women Premier League.
Yeah.
The women, I told you, the women initial years it was Gigi because Mithali was the mentor, and then when Mithali wasn't the mentor, it's DC because of Marizane Cap, who has lost three finals.
And this year, on the 18th uh, birthday of IPL, as IPL turns adult, and Kohli's jersey number being 18, they could win. This is not my statement. This was said to me by an RCB fan at India today that RCB will win the tournament this year because it's the 18th anniversary and Kohli jersey number is 18. So that's some analogy that he found out. But I am quite hopeful with these analogies. Vian Singh, who is backing, whose backing is this Raghuvanshi? Barring just one small innings of 30-40 last year, what has he done to bat above Rinku and Russell?
Wherever he bats, he has at least scored. Rinku and Russell hasn't scored only in this match. What for are you blaming Raghuvanshi?
I
To
think
some
this
zero
blame
zero.
games. I think this blame games can wait till the fourth or fifth match, maybe, and the, on the very first match, I don't think it's right on the player also to say these hard words. Before we end, both our guests have vanished. Naman, one question for you from Devayan Banerjee. Although it's first match and can't judge much basis on one match, right? But tonight's fragility of KKR batting got exposed badly. Last 9 overs, 60 something for six. Salt, Shreyas, and Gigi's brains were badly missed. Yes, number. Take
I
this.
mean, I don't think it was there's any weakness in KKR batting. I mean, yeah, it was very stupid. I mean, I don't want to use the word stupid, but it was stupid of someone like Venkatesh Iyer, the experience of Venkatesh Iyer, Andrew Russell, even Rinku Singh to play shots like these. They could have batted longer in the innings. They could have stretched the innings. They could have pulled off a better score for KKR. However, in their attempt to take the run rate to a notch higher, I think they uh, and even the uneven bounce on the pitch. Spinners were trying to. I mean, Karunal Pandya was trying to utilize that bounce. He first bounced Venkatesh Iyer, I think, extremely high, for which he was complaining, and then the next ball, Venkatesh Iyer wasn't able to judge how what the ball. I mean, what will the height of the ball will be, and he got bowled. So that is something that was intelligent on part of RCB bowlers. But yeah, I don't think it was weakness on part of KKR batters, but they'll have to understand their pitch and conditions better in order to chase down totals like these. I mean, sorry, put up
Yeah.
bigger totals in the
Correct,
future.
well said. Vishali, one question for you from Tomogno Basu. Uh,
Before that,
yeah,
can you answer Debar Ghosh's
yeah.
question? I think, sorry, Devayan's question as well. Again, sorry if I get names wrong. Cannot stress more on the fact that I get my name wrong as well at times. So the point that I wanted to make was, I have a problem with the attitude that when runs are scored, the batters are batting well. In today's
Yes.
ball, it's not the bowler's credit,
Bowler's
but it
credit,
is
but
the
the batter's
batters who have
mistakes.
done badly. That is
Yeah.
poor. You are telling me that Krunal Pandya and Josh Hazelwood in their 8 overs have given 51 runs and taken
And
five
took
wickets.
five wickets.
Absolutely, give credit to them. Do
And,
not just
and and talk about the wickets that Kunal Pandya got. Rinku Singh, Ajinkya Rahane, Venkatesh Iyer. So,
exactly. So when you're talking about someone, you have to understand. And Josh Hazelwood removed Quinton de Kock right in the first over itself.
yeah,
That was a huge breakthrough. That is where you have to give credit to the RCB bowlers. I think by saying these many things about KKR batters, you are almost negating the good work done by RCB
yeah, yeah.
bowlers. Now come to the other side. Why was the chase easier? When you are chasing 176 nowadays in T20s, it will be easy, and especially with Virat Kohli and Phil Salt opening. uh, Phil Salt knows this ground. His average is superb in this ground. Now let's go to the other part. That is the dew. The dew also made the pitch a little easier, you know, and that is where batting also, I thought, eased out a little in the second innings. Now add it with the at least 15-20 runs that KKR was short. The target looked much shorter than it actually was. Yeah. Now Tomagna's question. Sorry.
Yeah. So we have a super chat also. Let's take that. Before I flash the question, the account's name that has actually given the super chat is fantastic. RCB out, KKR in. Tough luck today for us. But can this team do? But can this team do good in IPL without the presence of GG? Bharat, you want to take this? Without
Yeah,
GG's
I can
absence
take
will
it.
be missed.
Yeah, I don't think it is all about one player, one manager, one coach. I never believe in that. That is something I will always tell. So yeah, Gautam Gambhir obviously is a good manager, good coach. You can say that looking at how India played in the Champions Trophy, and especially with the KKR setup, it felt like he encouraged the players, he motivated those players, and there's a good team environment. But I never believe that it's all about one coach or one manager. Finally, it comes down to execution of the players. The players just didn't execute their strategies. They didn't execute their plans. Whatever plans that KKR had, obviously, you can argue about the kind of plans that they had, sending X batter at number 4 or Y batter at number 5. All these things you can argue. But if that particular batter had come in at number 4 and got 30 or 15 balls, then you definitely would have praised that particular batter and also the management by
Mm.
saying, oh, what a great move it was. So finally, it comes down to the execution at that particular level. Most of the teams, most of the franchises would be pretty much thorough with their strategies, with their tactics. A few things here or there can go wrong. And even if you look at, say, someone like Andy Russell, he just had to face three more deliveries or two more deliveries of Suresh Sharma. After that, there wouldn't have been any overs of spin, and he
Yes.
could have easily gone after the seam bowlers of the RCB setup, which is what is his strength. But again, he failed in his execution, tried to play the big shot. So I'm not too sure. After one particular match, you can go and blame the coach Chandrakant Pandit or whoever it is. Obviously, if KKR fail in 6 matches, 7 matches, and
Yes.
then the marks would, or Chandrakant Pandit would come under scrutiny, or maybe Gautam Gambhir's presence could be felt. But after one match,
Mm.
it's a knee-jerk reaction to go after the coach or the match.
Absolutely. This was the point that we were all discussing, that it's too early to judge on the first match only. Last 5 minutes before we end, Tomogno Basuda Trishari, the question that I was trying to give to you. Tomogno has actually pointed out point wise. Point number one, 18 dot balls in the first four power play overs made bigger difference than batting meltdown in last 10 overs. Point number two, Russell Ramandeep Iyer need to bowl. Can't wait. Can't win T20 with five bowlers. And point number three, no point playing average foreign pacers like Spencer Nortje at Eden. Play fourth foreigner Roman Powell and Anukul in impact role at Eden Gardens.
Good points. I think some very good points. First point, I agree, but the other part is, after 9 overs, you know why the batting meltdown becomes very very important, because after 9 overs, RCB was 96 for one, KKR two in the first innings was 96 for one. So after that, in the next 11 overs, KKR just got 174, means that would be 479 runs. In the
Hmm.
next 11 overs, you got 79 runs with at the fall of what, 7 wickets, whereas RCB finished scoring. I think finished by what, 17th over.
Hmm.
So there's the difference. You know, they kept the momentum going. And that was easier. To keep the momentum going was easier because they knew we have so many runs to get. We just have 79 runs to get from 66 balls. Now talking about Russell, Ramandeep Iyer need to bowl. I agree with this. I did not understand why did Andrew Russell not bowl. He could have bowled in
Hmm.
his slower balls. I did expect him to bowl, but
Yes.
somehow, you know, there's always a fitness issue when it comes to Andrew Russell. So yes, that part. The third point, Rohan, what
Third
is the point?
point is about the foreigners. So no point playing average foreigners is Spencer and not here. Play
I don't
Roman Powell
agree
instead.
with her point. Today it seemed like Anukul Roy could be a good choice because of the help that at least RCB spinners got. But if anyone listened to the mid innings, Matthew Hedden said something. It was, I think, 1.2 degrees turn or something. Matthew Hedden said, which is not a lot. So it's not like Anukul Roy could have, you know, bowled outside leg stump and got the wicket got the wicket outside off stump or something of that sort. I just think it was a bad day with the bat for KKR. You know,
About the bowling point.
uh, uh, Devan, RCB would do without Bhuvi. I do think Rasikdar Dar Salam is a better choice than Bhuvi right now, on form. I'm just saying, you know. I know there will be a lot of people. I
Yay! Won the match.
let,
RCB
who-
fans
yeah,
coming out of
always.
the
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Devan, as I was saying, I think, and what I'm trying to tell you is RCB did it without Bhuvi because I don't think that Bhuvi is the real effort machine here. I do think Krunal is a very, who used the word cricket smarts? I think Bharat used the word
Bharat.
cricket smart. Yeah, Krunal Pandya is a pretty average player, but what differentiates him from other players is that word, cricket smarts. I think he's
Yeah,
a
he's very
very,
smart.
very smart bowler.
I just
There you go. RCB could be
brought it
Nice.
favourites
in.
right
I brought it
now.
till right till here so that people can see RCB bar and can see. Obviously now it is
Uh,
quite
it
empty.
looks nice.
Today it will be the best place to be around. I mean, when there's RCB match, it's superb. By the way, Bharat, when we went for some shoot to Bangalore, Boria the Gargi and I went to RCB cafe. Oh, what an atmosphere in the cafe! And there are jerseys. There's the whole logo there. There's cricket ball, bat, and the menu also. It's written in a way, the menu card, everything matches the aesthetic of the whole RCB team and all that. So I think it's a beautiful place to be.
Yeah, they know business well. They just need a
Yeah,
trophy.
but without trophy also we are doing the best business among the 10 franchise. अभी क्या ही बोल सकते हो भाई?
It's 40 minutes. We thought of wrapping up in 30, but we spoke for 10 more minutes. I think it's time we let Bharat and Naman head back to their homes because it's 11:30 now. So they will need some time getting back. So it was a great chat. Not a good day for Kolkata people, but yes, for RCB fans, they can enjoy the night because this might not be a long term one. So So jokes apart, it was fun talking to you guys. Tomorrow, big day, double header day. Sunrisers Hyderabad versus Rajasthan Royals and CSK MI. That big match, CSK MI. Everyone will be looking forward to it. Naman, I think you will be again back at the sports cafe that you are in today, and you will find more Mumbai Indians fans tomorrow in the match. Let's hope for a great game tomorrow and
Hopefully.
let's wrap it up today. And good night, everyone. Thanks, Kishan. Thanks, Bharat. Thanks, Naman, for joining the show. It was fun talking to you, and it was a great game of today. Thank you so much for watching.